What up, y'all? It's your boy Kaizen, and this is my very first VOD review of my TFT matches in ranked. I've been meaning to do this VOD review thing because it's supposed to help you with improving. You get to spot your flaws, what you can improve on. Basically, you are your own biggest critic. I'm gonna do that with my own games, and I thought I'd get to share it out there, in not just in hopes of being able to reach out to those who can relate, but also to encourage others to review their own VODs if you're looking to improve at TFT. This lobby is Emerald 4, I believe. I'm starting out at Emerald 4, 0 LP. I've been on a losing streak because there have been a couple of Fast 9 Rise builds that look really fun, and I wanted to try them out in a ranked game. So we're gonna review this game. I won't spoil much unless you end up fast forwarding the game, but it was one of those things that give me a lot of joy because all the pieces are put together with the help of the guide. Of course, I've been trying to pull this off for so long, for a couple matches now. So I guess I'll start walking through my thought process here. I always check Ionia units to see which path we're on. I also noticed that I have an early Melio. I was thinking that I could probably pull off an Ishtal game, but in a Baron portal, I don't think that's gonna be sustainable, or at least not even the top 4, because everyone is just going to out-tempo me. Pick up a Lowy, and I get a TF from Orb from the loot. So I'm getting ready to unlock Graves here. I'm also setting aside Jarvins. It's become a habit at this point to get at least 2-star Jarvan and just sell it, just in case I end up going for a Silas in the future. We got 2 item components here, but no 3rd item component to unlock Graves. A little sad. Now, with these augments, they're very intimidating. I'm trying to play Bilgewater here with the TF that I have, so if I pick solo leveling, I won't be able to unlock them until after 5 combats. No scout, no pivot is a no-go because I like to flex around my board, and if I end up making a mistake with the item options or the unit options, I'm donezo. I also have the Meta Companion app just to figure out how I stack up with my decision making. It also helps me to understand how the general population grades these augments in terms of general, the word escapes me, but I'm guessing it's the higher the grade, the better overall for a more consistent gameplay, I suppose. So I start rolling no scout, no pivot, and solo leveling. Do I scout here? No, I don't. Sort of considering it. So I was gonna go Demacia forever. It looks like a fun bit, but I don't have enough Demacia units to really keep it going off of the starting loot. Kran's Will only gives me 1 item and a bit of team-wide passive, team-wide stats. So I'm thinking maybe I can take Warpath. I get to start out with a 2-star 2-cost champion. And generally speaking, 2-stars or 2-cost units are pretty good. I end up getting Rek'Sai, and with the 2 items that I have right now, hopefully it'll help me snowball a bit or tempo a bit. Kind of just stay ahead of the average curve. I should have put the Shen, replaced it with the Jarvan for 2 bruiser. I didn't. I was staring at the Rumble 2 for 2 defender, but skip ahead. I win some of these fights, because some of these early fights, because Rek'Sai as a 2-star 2-cost unit is pretty beastly. Okay, I finally put in my 2 bruiser. This one was a little scary at first. Yasuo with Death Stance is pretty good. I think the what we saw earlier at the path for Ionians, it's the one that gives them extra the bonus HP and magic damage. At a 3-star, Ionians get more. Totally not foreshadowing. So I'm setting aside Melio and what's her face, Kiana for an Ishtal cheese for the 400 one. I ended up not getting it, and I didn't want to roll for it either with what little econ that I have. So I'm just going to make 20 and push levels. Now this is the comp that I've been trying to practice. I guess you could also say force. And Rise comps are truly the epitome of flex builds. If anyone's ever encountered Exalted comps, I forgot what set that was. I think that was set 9 or set 11. The Exalted comps were like Flex-centric. But this time in set 16, you have a central unit that benefits from the augments, not augments, the origin traits, not the class traits. Origin as in Bilgewater, Noxus, Shurima, stuff like that. So Rice will benefit from those traits. Plus, he has his own passive traits that coincide with those origin traits, which is a nice synergy. It's very difficult to pull off because not only do you have to get Rise, he's at level 9, and you need 4 regions, 4 origins on the same board. So with the help of the guide, I'm told that I should be pushing levels and trying to get Alawi 3 to stabilize, as well as push for 7 Bilgewater to get some to pick up some Bilgewater items and probably some health stats and more, because again, Rise with Bilgewater, you'll be able to equip those Bilgewater items and benefit from the stats that we buy. And also the comp requires Volibear, and it's going to be easy for him to unlock him if I get Alawi to 3-star with some health items and at least a 2-star or a 2-piece bruiser trait active. It should set me at around 4,000 or something. I think Volibear requires 3,800, but we'll make it. So I make 5 Bilgewater here. I wanted to push for 6, but that's going to kill almost all of my econ, and it's almost PvE round, so I thought I'd just wait it out a bit more. I don't think I'll be playing 2 bruiser at level 6 because I'm going to put in Rek'Sai. Warpath doing me some investments. I find the duplicators. I'll be using them on Alawi much later on, because I know for a fact that I won't be finding any Alawis in the shop, in the regular shop. So I see Draven here. I see Draven in the regular shop, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you know, maybe this Rise comp is a little too hard for me. It's out my tempo. So maybe I could just bail out for now and go for Draven instead. Over Draven, 3 Noxus, Quick Striker, Kindred Carry, stuff like that. But then I would need specific items like Rage Blade, and I ended up getting components for it. But towards the end, I told myself I might as well go for it. It's good practice anyway. It's not like I'm gonna be demoted. But I believe I make Rage Blade here anyway. So here's me doing the bilge toggle. For those who don't know what toggling is, you want to keep the breakpoints of Bilgewater at 5 and 7 when you play, but when you want to buy, let's say Alawi, in this case, Alawi is part of the tier 1 shop, and tier 1 falls under 3 Bilgewater. So whenever you want to purchase or look for Alawi items or Alawi and cheap stats, you want to toggle down to 3 Bilgewater by benching your Bilgewater units until you have 3, restock, and then you will now have a bigger chance of finding these dupes, these Alawis, and cheaper stats. 3-2 augments. Golden Dragon is a no-go because I need every single spot in my board for level 9. I thought I could maybe get an econ instead of getting the items. I see 4 copies of component. I was thinking I could make 2 Thieves Gloves, but I have an open IE, an open BF sword. I could be IE for my future Volibear. So here's the toggle. I bench TF for 4 Bilgewater, which counts as a bronze Bilgewater trait, and then I restock and I end up getting tier 1 shops, or rather shops as if I had 3 Bilgewater. And just before the match starts, I put TF back so I can make the most out of the Bilgewater passive, which is the Silver Serpent income. Rek'Sai is doing me a lot of work, especially with these Zon experimenters. I've also been looking into Zon comps. There's the Echo Zon reroll. I'm looking for other viable comps besides the Echo and the Ziggs Rise one, and maybe hopefully a Jinx. Found an Alawi in a tier 1 shop, and there isn't much success going on with the Jinx rerolls. It's definitely a top 4 or top 6, which is a little painful. Fast forward through, we're winning some of these fights early game, but everyone's wards start to spike up in the mid game. Here I'm thinking maybe I should just dupe my Nautilus and Gangplank just for base stats alone. In hindsight, I should have, and then transfer Rek'Sai's units onto Gangplanks. Maybe that'll carry my mid game a little better, but I was too greedy for the Alawi dupes, and I suffer a lot because of that. If I were to do this again, I will definitely itemize Gangplank, because there's no way I'd be itemizing Graves or TF because I'm not re-rolling them. Nautilus definitely deserves all the tank items, and then Rek'Sai is just there. I could have probably sold Rek'Sai for Targa, for Aphelios for that Sunder, or maybe a Warden unit, or a Juggernaut, so I can bolster Nautilus. The balloon is not worth it anymore. It's just one Serpent and another Lowy. Lucked out. Holy moly. Now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have used that dupe on Nautilus, but it is what it is. So this is where I start losing my fights. Everyone just does more damage than me. Everyone's got combat augments and have econned pretty well. Meanwhile, I have an augment that doesn't give me anything the first half of the game, and 4 sparring gloves. I get Fizz now after this PvE round, and I find a Misfortune. We're just gonna fast forward a bit, see what we get. So I get 2 Giant's Belts. I put it on Alawi so I can start working on Bruiser and unlocking Kobuko, Yumi, and Volibear, excuse me. That's me in game. I believe I sell the Graves here, so I don't have to use a remover for the sparring gloves. Nice APM. There you go. A little too late, but we managed to win the fight, thankfully. So with this MF, we'll be able to farm a lot more Silver Serpents at 7 Bilgewater. But that means if we want to toggle to 3 Bilgewater or Bronze Bilgewater, we have to remove 3 units. This is the last augment of the game. I have a bunch of items already, but I don't have any items that would help me stabilize once my AP carries are here. I do have some AD items already for Volibear in the form of IE and possibly Ginsu's or even Thieves Gloves, but I don't really have concrete items for when my Lysandra and Rise show up to the party. Portable Forge is almost a hit or miss. It's too risky given its grade. I'm sure if it was the first augment, it would be fine, or if I'm on a win streak, but at this point it's a little too risky. Giant Slayer, not so much. It only gives me 1 item, and I need a lot more than that. So I go for Staffsmith. Staffsmith, I'm hoping for like at least Morello or even Rabadons, just damage items, or at least items that my AP carries can use. You see that I rolled there and I end up getting Malicious Monetization. At this point, it wouldn't have given me the amount of gold that I would get because I barely scraped out of a win in the last round, and max build I won't be able to get my carries anytime soon, and I'll be basically holding on to a Nico for a couple of rounds, and it's gonna feel so very bad. I am trying to improve my mid game, so I believe Staffsmith would be great. Look at that. I got another Rage Blade. I turned that into Steadfast. It gives me 250 flat HP. Crown Guy gives me 100. I think by the time I hit Alawi 3, that should be enough HP, or at least I hope so. Protector's Vow, very nice. I wanted to give these to Nautilus, but I should have removed the Thieves Gloves first. It looked good from the start. It definitely looked good from the start, but I ended up losing. I'm at 60. I am 3/4 of the way to cashing out with some HP left. Get 95 serpents here. I get MF. So when I'm toggling, so when I buy her, I'll be able to go back to tier 1 shop. This is where I start farming for silver serpents. I gotta sack some rounds. There you go. Swap some items around. These Demacia reroll players are very painful. So they basically stabilize mid game. Remember, these guys, their mid game is very good, very stable, but they're only level 7. I'm level 8 and I'm falling apart. Ugh, feels bad. Carousel round. The past couple carousels I've been seeing spats and pans, and I did grab a couple of tiers from the PvE round as well. So in hindsight, I'm thinking, what if I just went straight to 10 bilge water? That would have been fun. That would have been my first prismatic game of set 16. Checking the guide, make sure that I'm in the right path in unlocking these champions. I just saw Kobuko's requirement and I need a couple more levels. Transfer Rek'Sai, sell Rek'Sai and transfer her items to MF. Put in Braum for Warden and toggle some more. There's my Alawi. Finally make it to Alawi 3. Boom bada boom. And I unlock Bully Bear. So I'm at 4,700, or Alawi's have 4,700. And that's with her HP at Alawi 3 and the 2-piece bruiser trait. Managed to squeeze a win here, just barely. And I found Pile of Citrus. Very good in Alawi since she's heavy on HP. I replaced Mundo. That was quick. Thank you for your service. I don't have Rise yet, so I'm not gonna get Cutthroat's Cutlass. That was a very good decision on my part, in my opinion. If I greeded for that damage item, I don't think I'll be able to sustain the next couple of fights. I unlocked Tom Kench and replaced GP with him. Probably could have put that Crown Guard on, what's his face? Nautilus. But I didn't want to use my removers. I'll definitely need them later. Let's fast forward. Is this close? Not at all. That damn Echo reroll comp, very strong. And that was level 6. Unlock Kobuko. This is 4 bruisers already, but I'm at level 8. I need to be level 9 and assemble my Rise Unlock squad. Rerolling a little bit. At this point, I still need Alessandra and a Targon unit to unlock Rise. I managed to get a Void Staff. It's definitely going to be useful. There's my Lysandra, another Braum. I've unlocked almost everyone except Rise, which I should be able to do at level 9. Do I push levels here? Oh, I was hoping for a Rod so I can get Morello, but I do see that I have a Reforger, so I just get an item. Come on me, buy an item, buy a unit, Reforge, boom. Thank you, RNG. So I'm definitely going to be transferring that later. And all that's left is to farm for Cutthroat's Cutlass and then make it to 9 alive. This Vayne is very scary. I just realized she's 3-starred. That is not a good look. I'm basically at 2 lives right here. 28. I can take another hit and then it's donezo for me. 65 plus 118 equals Cutthroat's Cutlass with 3 serpents to spare. Thank you. I assemble my board now because I am scared. Then I start assembling. I just need 3. As long as my front line is where they are, I don't need to be anywhere. Nice, good decision. I was like, I don't remember Nautilus being in the picture. Uh-oh, there you go. I definitely lose this round. Feels bad. 1 life and we lock in. All right, time for 8 p.m. Woo! Fastest 8 p.m. in the West. Let's see how we turn out. And Alawi's still pretty healthy. Now she's taking the aggro. And we win. Wowee. That Yordle shrink debuff is too good. It's too good. Managed to scrape by a win. We got a lot of people on death's door. Let's see, what do I get here? I'm looking to itemize either my Rise or Volibear, but I realized that I could start putting Bilgewater items in Rise, so I focus on Volibear. This guy is hovering, and he ends up getting the QSS, but that's okay. We'll go for Last Whisper. Volibear needs a shred. I think I could have gone Hodge as well. That would have been a little better. Bro does some kind of damage. I finally cash out on my Warpath, and we managed to get a 2-star Rise off of that. Feels good. Get a Sterak's for Volibear, and then we feed the frog. Unequip the Cutlass, bro. It's okay. I'll find out later. Okay, here's our rematch with Echo. Echo 3, Vi 3. Very strong board. While they're busy with Eric, Rise is putting in work, and Lysandra 2. Great. We are nowhere near this Dead Man's Dagger, so I think we're just gonna look to get some stats. Put some stats in our Rise. A sword. Okay, we unequip Cutlass. Put it on Rise. Actually, I'll do it one better. It's spread. Let's make Rise a utility unit. Do we have enough time? No. Guess not. We'll ride this for a bit. So again, in hindsight, I could have put Tom Kench's Crown Guard on Braum, make him a little bit more durable, and buy my units time to do their thing. Don't mind me, I'm just reading Volibear's description, trying to see how strong the bro is. Here's me trying to calculate how much mana I should be giving Rise. Like I'm deciding whether or not I should give him Adaptive Helm or Void Staff, or just give him both. Another Sterak's. Sure, let's give it to the frog. We sell one bruiser for another. Delicious. We get another Spear of Shojin here, so I'm thinking we could do double Shojin on Rise, reforge Rageblade for something else, frog on a frog. Triple Shojin. Actually, that might have been not too. Maybe I should have put Shojin on Lysandra, but she's an invoker and Adaptive Helm is very, very good on her. Remember that 3-star Vayne? We're gonna see her again. But yeah, we're slowly racking up our wins back. This guy leads us to our Ghost. This is the Echo reroll guy, by the way. Goodbye. Baron Portal gives us and the other remaining players 70 gold. I use it to reroll some upgrades. I need Volibear 2 and Tarek 2. Technically, I could have kept that Senna there for extra damage amp. Nice. Didn't make it. Feels bad. I wonder if the targeting script for Lux's ability is similar to T-Hex, where she'll fire in the direction of whoever she's focused on. But anyway, it's gonna be the last match, so I start buying out some items, prioritizing stats, and I believe that Boris will go. Warden, so Braum is more stable. Feed the frog some chicken. No wonder frogs taste like chicken. I didn't notice any upgrades on his board, so it's going to be a repeat of last match. GG's. I can't believe we managed to scrape by a first, and we successfully survived with using a Bilge Rise comp. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys managed to stick it around towards the end, I hope to do a lot more of these VOD reviews. I'm still getting the hang of yapping, thinking out loud, stuff like that. There's more to come. I have a bunch of other games saved up as favorites. Some are straight up stomps, some are clutches, some are feels bad, but I will get around to reviewing them all. Thank you guys again so much for watching. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.